Hello there, you guys. This is going to be another Twin Flame Soulmate Telepathic reading. And this is going to be for a client, and I'm going to keep her name hidden. With this reading, if you're unfamiliar, how it works is I tune in to the energy of the person whom you're inquiring about. You can ask them 10 questions for me to interpret, or you can leave it totally up to spirit to relay whatever message needs to come through for you. You don't have to have a specific person in mind to ask your 10 questions. It could be that you want to know what your divine partner is up to, or what questions you have for them, whatever you feel guided to ask, or you can leave it up to spirit. Okay, so if you're interested in this reading, you can go ahead and click the link in the description box below to purchase this reading from my website. And if you're just watching just as entertainment, that's fine. Sometimes people actually get messages through others' personal reads. That is very common. You know, spirit does not withhold information. If you're guided to watch a certain reading, there's something there for you always, even if it resonates fully or partially or doesn't at all, or whether it triggers you, whatever the purpose is, you know, it's very possible you may resonate. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm going to tune into her energy. She doesn't have specific questions to ask, so this is just going to be a freestyle energy reading, just whatever spirit wants to shoot through. So, and I pull 10 cards. If I need to pull clarifiers, I will from a different deck. And don't mind if I don't interpret the cards exactly by book or traditional tarot meaning, because it's a channeling, so it's not really meant to come through exact, you know, from the book or traditional tarot interpretation. So, okay, we have the trust card at the bottom, which is the Fool. Okay, all right, so let's see here. I don't really feel like there's anyone in your life currently that you're inquiring about, or if you're dealing with someone, you're not inquiring about them. It's like almost like you're asking spirit to reveal to you about, you know, the possibility that there's someone else out there for you. So this is someone that has not yet come into your life that this energy is coming from, or what you're actually wanting to know, is what I feel. So this is more so a message for you. I do feel a little bit of the other person, but not so much. It's kind of like this is an advice for you reading, a preparation type of reading for you, I guess, to prepare you for that person. I see that there's a lot of healing going on when it comes to your perception of love, or how you deal with love and relationships, okay? Because there could be some unhealthy patterns that you have when it comes to love, because there's a part of you that really wants true love. You want to be open to someone coming in. You may even sense that there is someone coming in, or you've got some sort of guidance or messages from spirit, or maybe your higher self, or just your intuition telling you that there's someone else out there for you, or there's someone out there for you, or even that they're coming. You're open to it to an extent, but there's a part of you that feels like if you don't have it exactly the way you want it, or it's something surrounding, it has to be one way or the other. Otherwise, it's something wrong. I'm failing myself, or I'm a loser, or, you know, I won't be happy until, or I'll be happy if this happens. You know, it's something surrounding that you are either it's this or it's that. It's no way in between. And it's got you stuck. That type of thinking has you stuck. Because instead of allowing things to unfold naturally and for spirit to bring you and that person together, because energetically, or, you know, on a higher plane or level, dimension, whatever you resonate with, in the eyes of the divine, in God, whatever you believe in, I call it the divine. So the higher power. In the eyes of that higher power, you both are already merged. You're already married. In spirit is what I'm getting. So to feel as though you either got to go this way or that way, or to think that it's either got to be this or it has to be that, it's keeping you stagnant. You're not progressing as you should. But I feel like it's when you're at that point, what Spirit's really trying to show you is that you still got some work to do. There's something that you're not seeing. And even at those points, I feel like the person whom you're calling in, or who you're supposed to be with, they are also at a point where they have to face themselves and the things about themselves that they may not like, may not know that they need working or healing on, or releasing, or things that they're battling. So it's kind of a mirror effect. It's like you both are at a standstill because it's not yet time. But just know that you're already merged, but it's not yet time. I'm just getting that your thinking gets you stuck, and when that happens, they want you to look at that. Like, what are your perceptions? Like, what is your thinking process when it comes to love? Like, what is your true beliefs? Like, do you actually believe that if this person doesn't come in within 3 years, that you're never going to have someone that loves you, or that means you're a failure, or you are at a loss in some way? Or if this person isn't that person, then that must mean that you're unlucky or something's wrong, you know, whatever. It's just, those are examples. But I feel like it comes down to, if it's not happening in a certain way, then you're a loser. And if it does happen in a certain way, then you're getting what you deserve. So it's like you're telling yourself that you deserve something if it happens in a specific way, and if it doesn't, then that means you're not worthy or you're undeserving of it. Spirit wants you to release the things that keep you in isolation and keep you stagnant and stuck, those thinking patterns. Just address them for what they are. Look at how they're not serving you. And also detach from how this is all going to come together. Just let it go. Get out of that old perception, because it's keeping you stuck. Like this, the number 5 is the number of major shifts or life changes or release. So this is like the 5 of Swords, which is all about the mind or communication. So it could even be that you talk to yourself in your mind. You're telling yourself certain things that are not good. You beat yourself up. You tell yourself that it must be this way. It's like rigid thinking. And all the Spirit wants you to do is release that type of thinking. That's why you get stopped. It's like you feel like you might be progressing, or you're getting closer, or you feel like that person energetically is closer to you, or they're coming in, or you might see some things moving in your life, even outside of your romantic life. It could be your job. You're starting to see momentum build up, and then you start to panic because you've attached negative thoughts to what it is that you desire. And it's not that you desire a specific type of thing or person. You desire the fact of, it's like the energy of it. So it's like, I desire a home. I desire a house. Okay. I know that I want a pool, I want a fireplace, I want this, you know, this many rooms and blah, blah, blah. But if spirit has something better for me that fits me, I'm open to that too. But it's like, instead of that, it's like, I know I want a house, it's got to have this, and if it doesn't have that, then that must mean that I'm not blessed enough, or I'm not good enough for that, or something's wrong with my manifestation, I'm doing something wrong. And then it's like, whereas you might have started getting a lot of calls about job or houses that are opening up, and you know, listings, and now it's like there's nothing. It's like, because you kind of attached yourself to how it's supposed to look. How is it supposed to come about? You know, does this realtor have to be the one that sells me the house? Does it have to be in this neighborhood? You know, yes, it's okay to state that you want these things, but you do have to give spirit some room. And as you see, she's freeing, she's opening her hands. As she opens her hands, there's this dove that comes about, which is that peace and that release that comes with it, that liberation. And she's coming out of this icy background, which is like her state of isolation. You're detaching from the manifestation. So you have the manifest card right there. His hands are also open in a receptive energy. He's open. His hands aren't like this. So it's like, you got to detach from how it's supposed to be, because there's something about your thought process that stops it all from occurring or happening. Or even if it's not a specific person or a specific ideal that you have in your head, but you're open to the fact that there is possibly something way better than what I'm asking for, and that is great enough for me. So I have no doubt that you've got some sort of insight about someone coming in, that there's something on, there's like some sort of reward as you see it, like your desire is coming true, your hard work and effort finally paying off, which means you'll have that connection that you desire. You're sensing that. With all of this, the easiest way for you to handle all of this is look at the connection from a space of this pure energy. You see there's a father and son here, and it's a simply love card. So this is like the 6 of Cups, but it's like that, it's telling you something, that the love is simply pure. There's no, it's gotta be this and I gotta have that. You know, you can have all of those things. And even when I see this card, I think this card fell in the exact same position in another reading I did. And it's, when I see this card, I see 2 people merging, but I also get the energy that it's a pure connection. It's not one way or the other. It's not romantic. It's not sexual. I mean, it could be those things, but it's pure. It's a divine energy. It's a love that is not only exclusive to just one person or one type of love. It's an infinite, divine, pure love. It is enough to go around. It can be given to anybody and anything. So it's like you got to feel in that space too. Okay? It's like you just got to simply be open to love. Okay? It's like, if you don't have that romantic love, it's almost like you feel unworthy, or like something's being withheld from you. But it's like, you know better than that. You know better than that. I feel like it's coming from this fear of winning or losing, not having what you want, not getting what you want. If it doesn't come in this package, then it's not it. Or so I'm just going to pull clarifiers to see if there's anything that Spirit wants to bring about. Wow. You got the Fool card twice, because the Trust card is pretty much the Fool card in this deck. And then you have the 10 of Cups at the bottom. So, yeah, this is like an ideal that you have, okay? It's a fairy tale, it's a fantasy, it's a desire that would complete you. And that's fine, because you'll get what you desire ultimately, even if it doesn't look exactly like that thing that you say that you wanted or desired. But there's something that you're not bending. It's like you want what you want. You got the Four of Pentacles, which is someone I like to call a stubborn person, unwilling to let go and release of what they believe is stable, you know, unwilling to get out of their comfort zone, kind of like a stiff. With the Seven of Cups, it's like Spirit's telling you to choose your desires wisely, but there's unwillingness to let go of all of these desires, and they may not all be of your highest good. Not that necessarily they'll be harmful to you, but it's just things that in the end, they may not bring you the true happiness that your higher self seeks or what you truly would want. So it's like you got to release it a little bit. And you could even be settling for less than what you deserve. You're not being told to settle either. It takes a bigger person to say, I'm not settling for anything less than what I want. Matter of fact, I deserve more than what I'm asking for. But it's like you got to give Spirit some room to work with you. You can't be so fixed and say, I only want this and it's got to look like that and it's got to feel this way. It's like you got to be a little open and say, yes, Spirit, this is what I want. I'm giving you my wish list. But whatever is of my highest good and whatever you feel is going to suit me, because I can't see all the things how you see it, I'm trusting that you're going to bring me better. But there's this fear inside of you that kind of doesn't want to. You kind of are self-sabotaging yourself. It's kind of what I'm getting. You're not aware of it, obviously. She's not able to see. She's blindfolded. This card, this is the same energy here as well. The eight of helpless and hopeless is the Eight of Swords. So you got it twice. There's some sort of self-sabotaging because it's like you are actually afraid of the unknown or afraid to move forward. Because the Fool came out twice too. So there's this fear. Could even be a fear of being naive or falling victim to something that isn't real, or, you know, just an imagination. I'm just being stupid. I'm just being naive. I'm being childish about it. But Spirit's telling you to take a leap of faith and trust that you're being divinely led towards the very thing that you want. But you got to release this. Whatever this is, these mental, these things that entrap you in the mind, they keep you stuck. They don't keep you from progressing. They're going to keep showing up time and time again until you finally confront them and release them. Because they're not serving you. They're not even allowing you to move forward in a new path and start a new beginning. And there is a little bit of fear with that because, again, I also feel like you're settling in some ways too. State everything that you want. We all have a free will choice for what we want, but we do have to remember that, you know, there's a higher power that oversees everything, and they see the things that we don't see. So there's something that is potentially better than what we're asking for. We got to be open and trust that the divine loves us that much that they would not give us anything less than what we deserve. So that's pretty much what I'm getting with all of this. It didn't really get into another person. I feel like this is more so for you to prepare and get ready, because you may also already be getting the message that there's someone coming, and I would trust it. I would very well trust it. But you just got to get out of your head about it and don't limit yourself. Don't be too rigid as far as your desires and what you're wanting or what your visions are. Yeah. So this person that you're coming or calling in, it's a stable partner. Yes, the King of Pentacles can represent an earth sign, but I feel like this represents a husband, a father to your children, someone that is reliable, someone that's loyal to you, that's going to be here for life, that's got you, that's stable. But this person is not, you know, they're not ready to come out. They're going through their own learning right now, you know, before they can come out and be ready. But don't get discouraged. Keep your eye on your desire. Keep focusing on your heart's desires and what you want. Okay, so that's all I'm getting for you. I hope that this was helpful, that it gave you a lot of insight and clarity. And for anyone else that watched it, hopefully you took something from it as well. If you'd like your own reading, like I said, I'll leave in my description box a link to my website for this very same reading. All right, you guys, as always, I'm sending you much love. Until next time, peace.